going on, people? It's your boy ActionFiggySkinny here again with another quick hit review. And boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, today, man, we've got, for me at least, the second iteration or second two-pack in the Wolverine 50 years, 50th anniversary, 50th year of Wolverine two-pack sets. We've got Brood Wolverine and Lilandra Niramani. Yeah, boy. This thing has a special place in my heart. If you know, I have a little princess of my own that seems to share the name of this one, Shi'ar Empress, and I've been excited to have this figure ever since they teased us with a head sculpt with Mystique back in, I'm gonna say it was Dark Time, so that was what, 2019, winter 2019, we got that Mystique, and man, that head sculpt looked great, but this one looks even better. I believe she's on a pinless body with double jointed elbows, a brand new cape, so you don't got to use a cape from Black Knight anymore. You don't have to use a body from Silver Sable anymore. This is all new, brand spanking great. And then for everyone who kind of wanted that, who wants to recreate X-Men 234, we've got Brood Wolverine. Yeah, man, he's looking good. The package looks nice, has a Wolverine displayed at the bottom. We're going to talk about what's on the side and what's on the back in a second. But for those of us who just want to get that magical editing magic going, you know, the magical words, we know what they are? You know what they are? We about to see what's in this box. That's right. I'm trying to make that a thing. So bang. Whoopish. And for those of us who care, and, you know, really want to know about these things, the back has this recreation of X-Men 234, which is right here, arts by Andy Kubert and Brad Anderson. Yeah, drawing inspiration from that, looking great. Wolverine and Lilandra Niramani. Wolverine and Lilandra, Empress of the Shi'ar Empire, face of parasitic brood aliens intent on consuming and destroying the X-Men. Not sure how that went. Not sure if Lilandra is even featured in this comic. I have it. I actually do have that comic. So I'll have to squint through it, see what's happening with that. But, yeah, anyways. Let's get into this thing. Boop. And naturally, we're going to be starting with the Brood Wolverine first, just to, you know, go over him, the paint detail on his forearms and elbows and upper arm, and just a head sculpt. The claws on these hands are new. I mean, not new. We've seen them before on the X-Men 97 Wolverine and the VHS Wolverine before that, but for the brown suit and these open hands, there's a few poses you could use those hands for, and they're kind of handy. It's good to have those. But yeah, I got him here in his iconic pose from 234, X-Men 234. I don't think I'm going to be taking him out of this pose, I mean, except for to show you guys articulation that we've already seen on his body and a few other things. But let's get into his the accessories that he does come with, which are the two-fisted hands and the claw hands, and we'll go over the head sculpt. Yeah, before we get into Lilandra. Let's do that. So as I mentioned before, out the package he comes with these open claw hands, which are pretty cool. The brown, I don't believe it matches any other particular brown Wolverine. I may compare him to like another one. This is more of like a chocolatey brown versus the other browns are like just brown. If that makes sense. I'll pull the one off of the shelf, bring it down here when it comes to comparison time. But for this here Wolverine, yeah, he basically comes with these open hands, and then he comes with the fisted. These will focus. Yeah, he comes with these fisted joints here that we've seen before. Nothing too new. This whole Wolverine is we've seen before, except for this wild, crazy head sculpt that I'm just gonna zoom focus on for a bit, which is scary. Look at that head sculpt. I'm gonna move his hands down, and yeah, look at that for a second. Fully detailed, very detailed, nicely. The mouth opens, which I like. But it's just kind of a shame, because he is literally in this form for about 4 panels. 4 panels that they detail on the inside of the packaging for these here toys. But I'm not mad at it. This will, again, as I mentioned, this will be like a statue piece to just kind of be left on a desk or something. This is not going to be a Wolverine that I'll be playing with too often. Again, mouth moves up and down very nicely. The articulation on this guy is actually quite nice. It's just like the typical Wolverine, but it's also pinless, so that's cool. Pinless articulation on there. Arms go up. But like this could be like, you could use this for some sort of like nightmare photo type stuff. Like it works quite well. I'm gonna see a lot of people selling this too, and then these are gonna just be like, you're gonna army build. Oh man, maybe I'll army build these. I possibly may army build these brood Wolverines and just kind of use them as like a putty type, or just have them attacking like, oh man, that could be good. Yeah. But it looks cool. Same articulation as all the other Wolverines we've seen. Just a different brown, probably a different red, more silver on the belt buckle. I mean, you gotta reuse his body before you can't anymore. This one actually has pins in the legs, so this is like an OG one. This is possibly the bottom half from the Wolverine 5-pack, and then the top half here is new because of the arms, or at least the arms are new. The torso could be old. And yeah. But my boy gets down. Let's put these fisted hands on him. See what that's up. There he is with the fisted hands. Looks alright. Looks okay. Not too, not too terrible. But yeah. Let's go ahead and get into comparisons before we move on to Miss Niramani, the Shi'ar Empress, that is Lilandra. Yeah. Okay, so comparison time. First up, let's go ahead and compare him against my man, the X-Men 97 Wolverine. Great figure, look good, cool. Awesome. Next up, let's go and put him against fellow X-Men Jubilee, who he met or just met during this time. They hadn't gone to the Outback yet, but on their way. You got the perfect Cyclops on the other side of him, right there. Looking good and looking great. Take away Jubilee. Throw down a Storm, who is very much Punk Storm there in this era of X-Men. You better stand, boy. Throw down my man Bishop. You know what I mean? Of course, throwing Jada Toys Ryu as well. Let's go ahead and throw him up against our boy Logan. Keep Ryu over here. Here we go with Commando Snake Eyes. Oop. And I'll save the best for last. Alright, and as I promised, I actually went ahead and went upstairs, took down some Wolverines, pulled this one out of the Wolverine 5-pack that we got, and here's a comparison between the retro carded brown suit Wolverine and the Wolverine Villains 5-pack that we got. A shirtless Wolverine. This is supposed to be from his time in the Outback. As I mentioned before, the browns in these two are closer aligned, and then these two are, this is more, again, as I mentioned, the chocolate brown Wolverine. This is meant to be his retro uncanny X-Men look. We got another one in a Juggernaut wave that I personally, but most collectors and guys doing this have put with the Outback X-Men team, and that's more of a darker brown. Everyone sees that as a more darker era for X-Men, so yeah, darker brown makes sense. And then we have another Outback X-Men Wolverine, but this is when the Reavers strung him up on that X-Cross, making him look wild crazy, cut him up quite bad. Jubilee came, took him down. That was her officially kind of joining the team. Yeah, it's great. You can see the yellows here kind of different. There's a bit of a difference between these two, but these two are more closely aligned. Same with the boots. This is more of a chocolate colored brown. I'm gonna just like have y'all look at that real quick. The boots and the brown. So this is more of a chocolate brown. This is more matted, very much close to each other. The same legs, I believe, are used here. This has more of like an olive hint to it. This is more yellowish, but these, I believe, were the same legs. The belts are the same throughout, except for this has gold along the buckle. This is silver on the buckle. This is no real paint on the buckle, / some gold that's rubbed off with years of use. They all have the same articulation. I wish we got these claws, but like I very much wish we got these claws, but on just more different claws. I love these claws, but I know that you can't really do a comparison with the claws because they won't work on the other heads because the browns are different. So yeah, that's that Brood Wolverine. I'm going to go and get into my overall thoughts on him before I move into Miss Lilandra Niramani. Closing thoughts on this Wolverine. It's your standard Wolverine. I think for the effort or for what they were going for and for the look, I would give this an 8.5 on 10 because they got the look out, and I applaud them for kind of going for something so very niche when there's many other Wolverines that they could have released. But I applaud them. Yeah, I'm kind of down with them going with this because this is an iconic cover. And for a fig that's basically going to be sitting in this position in my display or my eventual Wolverine display when I do get to doing that, yeah, it gets the job done. It does what it's supposed to do. It doesn't go ahead and innovate too much because, again, this is just a reused body with some difference in paint and deco. But I'm down with it, and I like it. I don't know why it came with Lilandra. I would have appreciated this with another Brood. That would have been cool. But if you're going to put out Lilandra Niramani, I guess put her with Wolverine. We'll probably get another version with Gladiator. They could have put Lilandra by herself, but we'll get into that. We will get into that. Because up next, we got Miss Niramani, Empress of the Shi'ar herself, Lilandra. Coming up next. Boom. 8 on 10. And here she is in all of her Shi'ar beauty. Man, I've been excited for this fig. So excited. I'm happy that we finally have our Lilandra Niramani, Empress of the Shi'ar, Magistrix of the Shi'ar, Professor X's boo thing. I'm happy to have her. This fig is quite good out of the box. Looking good. No paint imperfections for me. She comes with a new head sculpt that is different from the one that we got on the Mystique wave. Or the Mystique one that I'm going to show you guys in a second. This whole new deco, they took a lot of ideas from people who've been customizing out here. And they kind of kept it gully. Kept it to the, pinless arms, pinless legs, new blue cape. So you don't have to use the, is it Black Knight's blue cape? A lot of people have been using by default. Yep. She got some cufflinks on here that we've seen before. These are removable. And yeah, this fig just looks really good in my opinion. I like what they did with it. Her head sculpt looks nice. Double jointed elbows and knees and things look great. Before we get into our articulation and comparisons, let's get into the few accessories that she comes with. I wasn't needing much for her, but some people would want more. I'm never asking for that much more. I'm good with what we get. This looks great. So let's get into her accessories. Yeah. In terms of accessories, she doesn't come with much. Out the gate, she comes with this here, her trident slash magistrix staff. It looks like a straight up trident, but I like it. The plastic is a little but no detail. I see more detail in the Namor staff slash trident that he wields. I wish we could have got some of that in this, but I'm also cool with this. This just needs a little bit of a wash, maybe some kind of added paint that'll make it look better. But for what it is, it's cool. I'm down. She also comes with, out the package, she comes with 2 gripping heads on herself, on the fig itself, and she comes with this karate chop head for her left head. Yeah, this karate chop left head. I gotta get that focused. Okay. Karate chopped left. Kind of help y'all out. And for the right, we got a fisted head in case she wants to just dupes you in your face. Little fisticuffs for the right head. Looks great. And that's it in terms of accessories. I mean, you could count the cape if you want, but yeah, you're really just getting that. The staff sits in her head like so. I use the right head just because I feel like something like this looks better in the left hand. So I give her this. She stands like so. She holds it very nicely. The elbows and so on. I mean, these gauntlets too tend to get in the way. The gauntlet in terms of the bending. So you got to just make sure they're not in the wrong positioning. But then there you go. You can get it, hold it like so. All the other arm does her thing. And it looks good. Let's get into the articulation on this figure before we go into those comparisons. But I really want to get to articulation, see if the cape hinders, and see if it does anything that we don't necessarily love or want from our Lilandra fig. So yeah, let's get into that. So just a bit of a background of this character. She is the Empress of the Shi'ar. For those of you that don't know, she first appeared to Professor X, I believe, in issue... was it 100? Or 101? 101 is when the Phoenix Saga started, I'm pretty sure. So it was around then. Yeah, it was like 100 and 101. And I believe she appeared in there, appearing to Professor X, and she didn't have this armor on. I think this armor reference, or this look reference, is specifically from X-Men 275, 276, when the X-Men were brought to Shi'ar space by Professor X, but they didn't know it was Professor X, to help save Lilandra or save some sort of Skrull craziness that was going on up there. And the X-Men decided to go and help out. And it was great. It was actually quite really cool. But I just wanted to show you guys real quick what she looked like if she wasn't sporting these gauntlets that are on her arm. These are gauntlets that kind of come on her arm. These are removable. There's no paint in them. And yeah. She looked kind of plain, but I kind of prefer her with this look. To be honest, I gave her judo chop hand and her fisted hand before I go over the articulation. Yeah, let's get into that. Articulation-wise, her head can tilt back. I don't know if this is on a ball. Oh, this is on a ball peg. It's not even on like your standard ball joint. It's on like that weird peg that they put with Spider-Man. So like she won't go up too much. She won't go down that much, which is annoying, but okay, I'm down. As you can see, double jointed elbows, something that's not preview on females. Her torso is just like the top torso rocker that we see on the typical females. The legs go out like this. They don't go back too much because of the cape hinders it a bit. Double jointed pinless legs, which look good. Can't see my viewfinder right now, but yeah, to me it looks all right. So I'm not mad at it. It's okay. It's not perfect. She does no boot cut. Despite having a boot cut there is no boot cut. I'm guessing because her boot are like knee-high boots. So they figured, hey, let's not have a boot cut. But for articulation-wise, you probably should have included a boot cut for us. The cape is in with a peg at the back, but is not removable. Let's see if you can even see that. Yeah, it's right there, that peg, but it's not removable from the front because that portion is glued. Yeah, this is articulation wise. again, like, if you're gonna come out with a Black Widow body and then not use that as your standard body for all your female figs, I think y'all are messing up a bit. But if that's the way you gotta want to play it, if you don't want to utilize the body too much, sure, by all means, go ahead and do it that way. But I just feel like for someone like Lilandra, having that extra ab cut right there would have worked for them. Having just a few things that's included in the Black Widow body that is to me the standard female body, that would have been great. But otherwise, this is good. It doesn't take too much from it. The articulation's okay. You're not going to be having Lilandra doing crazy battles and stuff. So this makes sense, but I'm not 100% down with it. You're going to lose some points for that. That's what I'm saying. She's going to lose some points for that. Real quick, I'm going to go ahead and take the other head sculpt and throw it on here. Or should I wait till I do comparisons? You know what? No. Let's go ahead and do comparisons. I'm going to put her gauntlets back on, get all in those comparison things, and then lastly, I'll compare her with my Kit Bash Lilandra and swap some heads and see what's good with that. Yeah! Yeah, buddy. It's comparison time. We're going to get into our comparisons with other figs, other X-Men figs, real quick. Yeah, I got to go get the boy. You know I got to get the boy, because it just wouldn't be right if I didn't. So that's how I'm probably going to have him included in here. I said I was going to end it on her compared to the old Lilandra that I have, but I'm going to go ahead and you got to get the boy. So, first off, we're going to get her next to someone that also needs an update. Now that we have that Sabretooth and Venom, come on guys, let's go ahead and get this man out here with a little uppy datesy. That's our boy Gladiator. Let's put him on the other side actually, because he'll probably just look, that's how they'll be on the shelf, him standing there looking all menacing behind her, and while she's like, yeah, like, don't step to us, yo, like, don't mess with us, you ain't gonna do that to us. No, we are the Shi'ar Empire. You ain't trying to come through and mess with us. On the other side of that, I'm going to go ahead and put Corsair. The cape part gets in the way a bit of it, but we're going to get Corsair in there. Oh, see, because you know that's going to happen. All right, you get too close, she falls back. She's like, nah, man. Not trying to be on the mix. I'm going to have to fall back. Little comedy for y'all. But yeah, that's what her and Corsair look like for Lilandra. Iconic line that was screamed in X-Men 275 when they went at it. Shit was crazy. Let's go and get her. Take these guys away. Oh no. More falling back. She's a little heavy set. I'll say that. It's a cape. So then you got her against Wolverine. So I just pulled out. I'm going to put him on this side because again, that cape. We have Lilandra against Wolverine. And that looks alright. That looks good. Nothing too, you know, special. Proper height. Got that going. And they look good, like good together on a shelf. Let's go ahead and take X-Men 97 Storm. Get that comparison. See what they look like together. That looks cool to me. I'm hoping that we'll see a bit of Lilandra in this season. I'm hoping. But that's just, you know, me. Next up, we're going to put my man Bishop in there. Again, great for height. In terms of height comparison, everybody's looking good out here next to each other. One more Wolverine. Let's get Wolverine in there. Really put him like right next to her to get that look. What these two will look like next to each other. Alright, man, Cyclops. These guys look good. Everybody looks good next to Lilandra. Everybody looks good. I'm going to do a few more comparisons because I know how we love comparisons. Everybody loves these comparisons, right? Just if you want to see what she looks like up against other figures. got more. I got more X-Men. Got a bunch. So let's keep going. So in this final round, we're going to compare her. Oh, there she goes again. So in this final round, as I was saying, get her sturdy on them legs. There we go. Yeah, we're going to compare her with a Rogue, who's not looking at the camera because she is currently off in the thinking about Magneto and his new costume. So there's her, and the retro card Rogue that I prefer. Like, I cannot deal. I will go on again. I'm not buying that 97 Rogue. Cannot deal with that. No, not buying it. It just doesn't look right to me. So we're going to go ahead and stick with this retro carded Rogue that I have here. She now has a home with the 97 X-Men. That's what's going down on my shelf. If you guys want to follow suit, you can. If you want to buy a 97 Rogue, you can. Me, no, not happening. Not down. Don't mind the dog bark. He's just barking at probably my voice. Then we got 97 Gambit in here, who is also like an exception. Looks really good. I like the blue on his boots, but he looks good with Lilandra. They had a little, they hung out in 275 too, a little bit. He protected her, did some stuff. Great comic that was. Yeah, we got a few more that we're going to throw up against. We have her with the Logan from the Sabretooth and Logan 2-pack, another Wolverine 2-pack. That was very cool. Awesome. Looked great. These two look great. I just like this head sculpt on her particular. I mean, sorry, the head sculpt on him. I like the head sculpt from the 97 Logan Wolverine on that Logan. And the head sculpt on her is particularly great. Almost there, guys. We got Morph. This is my Kit Bash Morph, which I usually just kind of put back to normal. This is the AOA Morph head on the VHS Morph body. That's it. Very simple. Looks like this. Looks good. Against Lilandra. Looks awesome. All right. Last round coming up. We got the special guys in the last round. Only 2. And then I'm cutting this up and I'm giving my last ending thoughts on the Lilandra figure. Alright, y'all. In this round of the comparisons, we got her against Jada Toys Ryu. Looking good, looking great. Look at these two. Also got her against her main bow, her consort, Professor Charles Xavier. These two look quite awesome together. I'm actually going to pull homie out the chair because he'd obviously often just be able to stand at points. So he's still on that trash suit body, but we've got many of these bodies to make it look, you know, alright. Make it look good, make it look alright. And he's got his main girl, you know what I mean? Charlie's trying to cop it. Charlie boy trying to cop a feel over here. Looking good, man. I like these two. Alright. And then last but not least, we got her against what most of us called our Lilandra for some time. Here I got mine with a makeshift staff that I got from one of my homies. And this is a head sculpt. This is the head sculpt that came with the Mystique. She came with the Rogue and she came with the Lilandra head, and we were all like speculating for years. Oh man, when we get Lilandra? And it only took like 5 years. But that's okay. She did the trick though. Silver Sable body, and you just pop the head on there. Use the cape from Black Knight. It did alright. It did good. Made sense. Yeah, so These two look great. Details are different. She held up for quite some time. The Kit Bash, she held up for her own quite some time on the shelf, but we gotta go with the official tissue. You know, we gotta go with that. I'm gonna try and see if I can get this Get Soap on this body and see what it looks like. I doubt I'll be able to, and I don't want to break my toy. Sound like a kid saying that, but I don't mind. I don't want to break the toy. And yeah, we'll see how that looks. Okay, she looks actually really dope with this head sculpt on. No diss to this one, which I'm actually going to get a close-up of the one that came with it. Yeah, no diss to this one, which looks quite great. That actually looks really good, like super armored out, ready to go. I mean, nothing's getting dependent, just her face cover. But then this one, something about this one is all right too. You know, like it's yeah, something about this one looks all right on this body too. I guess they both work. They both work depending on what you're looking for or going for. Both head sculpts are sculpted. I'm probably going to keep the original one on this head and maybe get a second one and plop this head on it. But yeah, this is a dope figure. Very dope figure. Very dope. Certain things I don't like, but I'll get into that in a second. Closing segments. Boop. Closing thoughts and ratings on this 2-pack. Just for the characters they gave us, I'm going to have to give this like a 7 out of 10. He gave us a Wolverine we really didn't need, but it was an artistic effort, and I understand someone probably really vouching for this. So like, yeah, well, we need to kind of work Lilandra in, otherwise we're not going to get a wave to put her in. And I get it. It's cool. It makes sense. So this gives this pack 7 out of 10 overall. The figs, the Wolverine, as I mentioned before, what the rating I gave him. Lilandra herself, I'm going to have to give her an 8 out of 10. 8 because though we did get double jointed arms and legs, both pinless, the torso could have been the newer torso from the Black Widow. There's no excuse for them not to be using that torso unless they don't want to like completely obliterate it just through reuse. I get that too, but I feel like she needed that extra crunch. I like this figure overall, but that added bonus would be nice. Also, the cape, I just don't like the wispiness at the side here. This it kind of gets in the way a lot, and the figure's a little top heavy because of the cape. I would a normal just flowing back cape like the one we have with the you know, this guy over here. Just a normal cape like that would have been fine. Would have looked good. The ability to take off the cape would have been awesome too. But again, I get it. Well, I don't get it because why would you glue that piece? There's other ways to kind of keep that in there, but otherwise I understand. And yeah, that's my overall thoughts on this 2-pack. I got the G.I. Joe Vamp coming up, and I believe a few other X-Men things kind of coming down the pipeline, so stay tuned for those. If you like this video, please go ahead and leave a like. Comment the hell out of this thing. Just go ahead and comment on everything, and share it with your friends, share it with people you love, share it with your homies, all that, work friends, people you don't love, whatever, share it. Please share this video, subscribe to the channel. I'm at 924, trying to get to 1,000, you know what I mean? So help me get there, people. If you really like this kind of content, I'll be putting out more. I got more reviews coming, about 2 to 3 a week. We got a Bishop one coming up. We got this 2-pack. Got some Spider-Man figs coming out in the pipeline. That new Spider-Man Retro Wave hit. So yeah, thank y'all for watching, and until next time, keep collecting, keep fit, have fun, and it's your boy, ActionFiggySkinny. Peace. I got it right that time. Yep.